Susuportahan ko yung pagiging hoods mo, be. Para 'pag kailangan ko ng snatcher, andiyan ka lang, gano'n. Tara, gano'n. Backupan mo ako, gano'n. So, last ko talaga yung mga DMs niyo. So, kung nagmamadali kayo, tawagan niyo ako, go. Hindi ako ma-offend. I would like to say na happy naman ang mga clients niyo. So, thank you very much kasi that's your effort, that's your perseverance, that's your greatness. Kaya happy ang mga kliyente niyo. Ba ng pagkatao, parang hindi ka na sweet girl.
Oo, ano ulit tayo.
Parang hoods ka na naman, B. Bakit bumalik ka na ng hoods? Sweet girl ka na eh. Cute girl ka na. Hindi, susuportahan ko yung pagiging hoods mo, be. Para 'pag kailangan ko ng snatcher, andiyan ka lang, gano'n. Tara, gano'n. Backupan mo ako, gano'n.
Ayun. Hi guys. Ayun po. Good morning. Good morning for me. Good morning sa atin. Ganyan. Thank you po sa pag-attend ng VA Huddle for tonight. I'll be discussing 2 chapters for the book club, Eat the Frog, Stop Procrastinating, and Get More Done. So today we'll focus on 2 chapters. Chapter 8 is the Law of Three, and then chapter 9 is prepare thoroughly before you begin. So, ayan. So, let's start po. So, chapter 8 is Law of Three. So, the key idea when it comes to this topic is you need to identify your 3 most important tasks you do daily that contribute the most to your goals and focus on them. So, according kay Brian Tracy, not all tasks are created equal. So, meron tayong mga tasks na kapag dun tayo nag-focus, mas magiging highly productive. May mga tasks tayo na hindi naman na pwede nating i-assign sa ibang tao, or may mga tasks tayo na pwede natin i-delegate. Plus, mas kailangan natin i-prioritize yung tasks natin na mas nakaka-contribute sa goals natin. So, ano ba yung steps that you need to do when it comes to identifying your top 3 most important tasks? So, first is, ito yung mga tips na binigay ni Brian Tracy. You can start with first listing your responsibilities. You can write down all your tasks in a week or a month. So, pwedeng pasok dito yung major projects natin to minor errands. And very important nitong tasks, nitong step na to, kasi it gives you a bird's eye view of how you're spending your time. So, di ba, for example, sila Earl, sila Jana, ang ginagawa nila before they start their day, sine-check nila kung ano yung gagawin nila within that specific day. So, they can prioritize things na ano yung kailangan kong mas unang gawin, saan ako dapat mag-focus for the day for this kind of task. So, for example, halimbawa, sa marketing, let's say sa marketing role, yung tasks ko doon, pwedeng mag-include ng creating campaigns, to managing emails, to attending meetings, as well as analyzing reports. So, sobrang broad nung lahat ng list mo ng tasks within that day. The second step is to evaluate the importance. So, among those tasks na nilist mo, need mong i-identify kung ano yung 3 tasks na may biggest impact for you. So, tatanungin mo yung sarili mo, which of these tasks have the biggest impact on my goals? At saka, kung may pwede kang gawin na isang task sa isang araw na mas makakapag-produce ng more results, alin dito sa tasks na to? And then after mo ma-evaluate yung importance ng lahat ng tasks mo, saka mo i-reconsider yung ibang tasks na hindi ganun kataas yung value or like low value tasks. So for the rest of the tasks, those that don't make the top 3, you need to consider some options. Like for example, hold on. Ayan, like for example, you can eliminate, delegate, and automate. So may 3 options ka dun sa low value tasks mo. Eliminate. If it doesn't add value or kung feeling mo hindi siya nakakabuti or nagsaserve sa'yo, maybe it's about time you stop doing it. Lalo na yung mga bagay na hindi naman talaga natin ginagawa sa job description natin right now. Second is delegate. Can you ask someone else to take this task on? And thirdly, lahat tayo may background with ClickUp. There are lots of tasks that we can do using tools and systems na hindi natin kailangan bigyan ng much effort kung kaya naman nung mga project management tools natin na gawin. So, yan. Yan. So, yan. Kagaya nan. Ito yung mga real-world examples niya. So, for example, for marketing professionals, sorry po. For marketing professionals, ayan, yung mga high-impact tasks would include strategies, data, client relations. Low impact, let's say emails. Pwede mong i-automate yung emails mo, pwedeng nakaschedule lahat. When it comes to meetings and file organization, yung notes, applicable na sa atin right now na sa halip na isa-isahin mong i-type yung notes na available during the meeting, you can just have an app like Fireflies to do the notes for you instead of you doing it manually. Or let's say, fitness goals. Ano yung high impact na dun sa tasks na meron? Meal prep, workouts, weight tracking. Low impact, equipment research kasi hindi mo naman siya kailangan gawin every day. Or like app comparisons. Kung meron kang isang app na ginagamit, just stick to it. Rather than looking for a better option tas hindi mo pa siya mas gamay. So parang yung mas mangyayari is mas mahihirapan ka na aralin yung bagong app. Pero, well, in fact, meron ka namang app talaga na mas dun ka sanay. So, yun. Ayan. So, yung summary actually nung chapter 8, when you go ahead and read it, sobrang basic lang talaga niya. First is how would you unlock your productivity? First would be time allocation. Most people kasi, kahit ako, aminado ako sa sarili ko na I spend 50 to 60% on low value tasks. So let's say, ano ba yung pasok sa low value tasks ko? Before, hindi ako mahilig mag-set ng repetitive na meetings up until required siya dun sa kliyente ko na ganun na yung gusto niya, na parang let's say, within this month or within this quarter, dapat nakaset na yung lahat ng meetings namin. Dati, may isa-isa ko pa. Sino tatag ko, sinong ganyan. Well, in fact, in this time, in this age na we're made with project management tools or like AI systems, pwede na natin siyang gawin at a click of a finger or at a snap of a finger, mga ganun. Like, let's say, ChatGPT. Instead of me researching kung paano ko gagawin tong isang task, why not ask ChatGPT? Kasi andun na lahat. Kailangan mo lang ng tamang prompting. Second then, to unlock your productivity is prioritize frogs. So again, focus on the top 3 tasks that generate the most results. So, there was one time na yung kliyente ko, pinapalista niya sa akin kung ano yung tasks ko for the week. Tapos ang gagawin niya doon is, yung client ko right now, what she's gonna do is, she's the one who's gonna rate the most important and most productive tasks for me to do in the first 3 days and allocate the next 2 days for any low value task that she cannot do or that I can do on my own. So, the good thing about it is, yung first 3 days of the week is tapos ka na dun sa lahat ng high priority tasks mo or lahat ng tasks mo na need ng consultation with client. So yung other 2 days ko, technically free days siya na hayaan niya lang ako na mag-discover how I would roll with my tasks. Ganon. So at some point, doon ko na-realize na at the end of the day, as VAs, kahit meron tayong option na i-prioritize yung feeling natin masaya, feeling ko dito muna ako mag-enjoy, ito naman yung unahin ko, mas kailangan pa rin natin i-weigh kung ano ba yung mga tasks natin na mas mag-generate ng most results or mas beneficial para sa kliyente natin or mas magbibigay ng more results para sa kliyente natin. And the third one is quality over quantity. Yan, increase the value of your work for greater rewards. So, most of the time, hindi natin napapansin na, ano ba, ako kasi dati dumaan ako sa task, sa VA na task-based. So, yung lahat ng workload ko is, kung ano lang yung task, dun lang siya matatrack. So sabihin natin na, syempre, may mga times tayo na, lalo na kapag nag-start ka pa lang na VA, hindi mo pa masyadong na-appreciate yung high focus task na yun yung unahin mo. Madalas doon tayo sa akala nating easy target na hindi natin kailangan masyadong pag-effortan. So yun lagi yung inuuna natin. So what does it say? Instead of, for example, meron ako na-track na 3 hours ko na tasks, syempre hindi ko yun gagawin. Ang gagawin ko lang muna, mag-send lang muna ako ng emails kasi madali lang siya. Pero like, at the end of the day, what happens is, I just tracked 3 minutes of my time for that client dahil mas inuna ko na mas madali lang yung gusto kong gawin. Parang ganun. So, yan. And lastly, I know everyone here naman, lahat tayo na may kanya-kanyang hobby. Always make sure na meron tayong life balance. So, work intensely when you're at work and dedicate your free time to personal pursuits. So, alam ko, merong mga ibang VA sa atin dito na na-burn out. Always prioritize yourself pa rin, your health, and mag-allocate tayo ng enough time for ourselves for personal pursuits para hindi tayo na ba-burn out sa ating trabaho. Ayun. So, curious question lang po. For example, na maghahanap ka ng 3 tasks that would generate the most results, ano yung para sa yung 3 tasks? Go, Ate Jana. Ikaw na muna.
So, 3 tasks. Paano sa work lang po? 3 tasks na parang priority ko. Ganon. Non-nego ko. I think pag ilang beses ko na yung sinabi sa book club na to. Pero isa sa mga non-nego or priority task ko ay to check emails, notifications, and messages. Kasi ang daming pulang dots, ang daming notifs. Especially kung halos lahat naman sa inyo right now, dito sa call na to, have been engaged with more than one project or client here with VC. So, talaga, maraming comms channel na monitor. Diba, may WhatsApp pa, may iMessage para group chat, tas may email, may Google chat, lahat ng pwedeng kulang na lang snail mail. Pero parang lahat na cover na talaga ng mga clients natin. So, it's really important na ask for me. Kasi ang hirap kapag may na-miss akong comms, lalo na kung crucial communication siya coming from the client. So, kung minsan nafe-feel yun na parang, ba't hindi ako nire-reply ni Jana? Active naman siya. Baka nagbabasa ako ng messages. Kasi dami talaga. Nagsimula tayo. Bigyan ko lang kayo ng idea, no? Nagsimula ako magbasa sa Slack. So, babasahin ko na muna lahat ng mga department messages. Tapos, pagkatapos sa department messages, yung mga Slack channels na mga per team, per client. So, meron po akong hinahandle na, yun, sa atin, sa team, sa VAS, tas yung Implem comms, yung FPMO comms. So, binabasa natin lahat yan para kapag may tanong si Ate Eloy, or may unclear, may idea tayo sa pinag-uusapan, may context tayo sa bagay-bagay. So, last ko talaga yung mga DMs nyo. So kung nagmamadali kayo, tawagan niyo ako, go. Hindi ako ma-offend. Kung urgent talagang kilig na kayo enforce. So gano'n. Pero ang dami talaga. So non-nego ko siya. And priority ko siya day in and day out. Siguro ang next kong priority, aside from checking notifications, include na natin sa pag-check ng notifications yung calendar. Kasi minsan nagugulat na lang ako na, uy, may meeting pala ako. Parang alam ko, free ako today. Tapos parang, hala, may discovery call, hala, may onboarding call. Ganun. Mga biglaan lang, ginugulat na lang tayo ng buhay. So, very important din yun sa akin. And isama na natin yun sa notifs. Next ko sigurong non-nego or priority task would be at some point, at hindi ko sinasabing gawin nyo itong lahat. Pero at some point in my day, pasok akong Discord. Regardless kung maghahasik lang ako ng lagim, makikichismis lang ako ganun, or meron talaga akong kausap na I need to be there kasi may touch point or may meeting. But at some point in my day, I'd make it a habit to just join the general voice chat kasi there are certain questions or parang mga quick banter lang na you need Ate Eloy's green light on this, or you need Earl for this one, or you need Edge kasi may naisip kang marketing idea, yung mga ganon. So, it's very easier for me to communicate with the rest of you kapag nasa Discord. Kasi, wala na-shock na kayo, nandun na ako, tas ginambala ko na kayo. Ayun. Ano ba? Aside from Discord, actually, talagang, most of my tasks, day in and out, are really focused on engagement with you and with your clients. So ang goal ko every day is number one, to make sure na kung may escalation, we'll be able to address that. Kung may mga apoy, ma-blow out natin ng mga fires. So may tawag kami doon minsan firefighter kami for the day kasi kunyari maraming escalation, maraming reklamo from the client. So may mga ganon. May mga very, very heavy conversations or parang difficult conversation na gears towards to parang ensuring na maging successful yung engagement nyo with your clients. So, ganun lagi yung mga non-negos ko everyday. Like, masaya ba ang mga kliyente nyo today? Pag masaya, okay, pwede na ako mag-Mobile Legends. Ganon! Yun yung mga non-nego natin. Pero so far naman, I would like to say na happy naman ang mga clients nyo. So, thank you very much kasi that's your effort, that's your perseverance, that's your greatness. Kaya happy ang mga kliyente nyo. Ayun lang sa akin, sweet. Ang dami kong kinuwento. Next na.
Next, tawag pa tayo ng isa. Ano yung mga non-nego niya? Ayan. Ay, si Ate Eileen ba? Nagtaas na kamay. Si Ate Eileen na lang.
Go, Ate Eileen.
Bakit siya nag-mute?
Nawala siya ng choice.
Nabalan siya. Ayun. So, for the non-nego, actually, pagising ko talaga, ang pinaka-inuuna ko, since siya yung earliest bird na kliyente. So, I make sure na chine-check ko talaga muna yung email niya bago yung email ko. So, pag di ako nag-reply sa Slack ng umaga, mostly kasi nakafocus talaga ako sa task niya. Especially ang aga nun. Tas madalas kakamulat ko lang start na ng shift. Ganun kabilis. Tapos, may usual check-in kasi kami every morning. So, kailangan ka mag-prepare for that meeting. So, yun yung mga non-nego ko talaga ginagawa everyday. Tapos, madalas na nakakapag-reply din ako sa mga message tulad ni Jana after na nung mga task na non-nego ko na kailangan ko tapusin for the morning. So, usually available na ako around afternoon or lunchtime, 11, ganyan, for other tasks na parang yung mga non-prayo ko, which is yung mga pero prayo pa rin naman yung pagbabasa ng Slacks. Pero kasi for me, yun yung need kong naka-tension since kailangan ko ng update kung ano nangyayari sa calendar niya and everything. Thank you so much. That's all.
Ang dami nating mga non-nego task na who would have thought non-nego pala siya nung una tayo nagtrabaho.
Surprise! Kailangan mo pala siya, hindi pala siya suggestion.
Oo.
Kailangan mo pala
Kailangan
talaga
pala
siya
siyang gawin. Yan. So, proceed tayo sa next natin na chapter. Yan. Thank you both. Alright. Prepare thoroughly before you begin. So, this specific chapter, actually, ay medyo alam na natin na araw-araw halos natin ginagawa. Lalo na kapag bago yung kliyente natin or every time kumukuha tayo ng bagong kliyente. Ganun. So, yung key idea nung topic na to is proper preparation reduces procrastination and ensures you execute your tasks efficiently. So, normally daw kasi, procrastination often stems or nagagaling yung procrastination natin from the feeling of being overwhelmed or unsure where to start. So, for us not to procrastinate, kailangan nating i-prepare yung sarili natin to every tasks that we do with clarity, confidence, at saka syempre, momentum. Na minsan nalilimutan natin kasi akala natin sobrang lalo na tayo someone na working from home, hindi na natin nasa-separate yung yung personal space sa workspace kasi isang bangon mo lang from your bed, workstation mo na. Or pagkatas mong kumain, balik ka na agad. Or minsan yung iba sa atin, ako personally, guilty ako na kung nasan yung workstation ko, doon na lang din ako kumakain habang nagtatrabaho, lalo na nag-iintay lang ako minsan an hour or two para makumpleto yung tasks. So, di ba, dahil doon, hindi na natin nakikita kung nasan yung space lang na i-differentiate na this is really home, na it's a resting space compared to this is a workspace. So, ganun. So, one step that you could do to prepare with your day is to plan in advance. Make a checklist or plan the day before. So, take a few minutes at the end of each day or before the day para iplano yung buong araw mo. You can create a checklist, outline your priorities. Like for example, you can compile certain tasks that you had for the day, and then you can design how you would work out throughout your day. Second naman is to organize your environment. Ayan, ako, guilty ako dito. Clear distractions and gather tools and resources. Dun sa dati ko kasing client, kahit gaano ka-simple yung questions mo, kailangan mo sa kanyang itanong. Mas okay sa kanya na magtatanong ka ng maraming questions before magawin yung tasks mo. Para may minimal room for error, parang ganun. Yung goal niya. Doon naman sa kliyente ko right now, sa kanya, ayaw niya na magtatanong ako up until na-research ko na. So, dapat siya yung pinakang last option. So, feeling ko yung one thing na natutunan ko doon is before ako mag-start sa kanya ng work ko sa certain tasks, kailangan na try ko na siyang i-chat GPT, na Google na ako, chinek ko na lahat ng available resources ko before ako sa kanya mag-question. So, yun. Tsaka siguro yung clear distractions. Ako kasi may problema ako sa multitasking. I mean, it's not really a problem, pero minsan nalilimutan ko na 15 minutes na pala ako nagti-TikTok, 30 minutes na pala ako nandito. Kala ko magkakape lang ako sa sala, pero ang mangyayari, doon na ako tatambay. Tapos 1 hour na after kong bumalik, babalik na lang 5 minutes before na meeting sa kliyente. So, minsan yung mga ganun, yung kailangan ko talagang, parang this year, yung goal ko is, pag mag-work ako, kailangan ko nang ibaba yung phone ko. Para wala akong distraction all throughout nung shift ko. Or one thing din siguro is like, kailangan ko ng specific tone for an app para alam ko kung ano yung tutunog and priority ko siya. So, pag normal na sabihin nating ping lang ng phone, messenger lang, okay, hindi ko siya masyadong i-check. Pero kapag yung Slack ko at saka yung Microsoft Teams ko yung nag-pop up, kailangan ko na siyang i-check. Kasi syempre, that's the time na para sa kliyente mo yan. So, yun. So, and pinakang last din siguro is, visualize success. Picture yourself completing the tasks successfully. this is one of the mental exercises that us VAs na nasa work from home set up. It helps us to build confidence and help us focus. So, madalas, nakwento ko na to kay La Pepper or kay La Jana. Every time nakakagawa ko ng task, hindi ko kailangan ng validation ng ibang tao. Kasi ako na mismo yung magsabi sa sarili kong, good job, sweet. Mga ganon. Na simple siya, pero para sa akin, sobrang helpful niya. Kasi every time magagawa ko yung isang task, ako na rin mag-compliment sa sarili ko. Ganon. So, yun. Ay, ano tayo nalamipat? Okay, so yan. So, for example nito, yung example nito is marketing presentation. Before you do it, gather audience insights, data, and create an outline. Ensure visuals are ready, mga ganyan. Health goal naman sa groceries, containers, yan, recipes are ready before meal prepping. Okay, sa daily work, clear your desk, close unnecessary tabs, and have all your documents ready. Yeah. So yan, preparation power. So, ano ba yung mga steps na kailangan mo talagang gawin to combat, first is combat procrastination. According to this chapter, lack of preparation leads to feeling overwhelmed and avoidance. Lahat naman tayo, pag nandun na tayo sa era or sa moment na, feeling ko hindi ko alam kung ano yung gagawin ko, wala akong idea where to start. Hindi ko alam kung saan ako nagkamali, ba't nagkaroon ng ganitong error dun sa ginagawa ko. Madalas parang, ang pagod na. Pero in real life, parang baka at some point, hindi ka lang nakapag-prep para makapag-focus ka dun sa tasks na yon. Second is, again, build momentum. Alam ko medyo matagal ko na siyang sinasabi, pero ako before lagi ako magtrabaho, lagi akong magpapatugtog muna at least an hour or 30 minutes before ako mag-start ng work. Kasi kailangan ko i-hype yung sarili ko sa 8 hours na shift. Parang mga gano'n na, oh my God, eto na naman tayo, 8 hours na naman tayong trabaho. So, i-hype ko muna yung sarili ko. Para lang nandun ako sa momentum na, okay, lead ako for today. Ganyan. So, you can set your clear goals, clean your workspace and resources, which could help you start your day. And again, that would be, the third one would be to reduce interruption. So preparation ensures you have everything you need to focus. So yan. So at the end of these 2 chapters, how can you maximize your effectiveness? Again, step 1 would be to eat your frog. You can focus on 3 most important tasks that you have in your lineup. The second step is prepare thoroughly. So that's planning, organizing, and visualizing your success. And third is to execute it efficiently. So yan, you can eliminate your distractions and complete your tasks effectively. So yan. So yan guys, after this chapter, I hope you had fun. More productive tayo in the next years of our working careers, mga ganyan, or forever. Kung gusto pa natin magtrabaho na matagal. Yan, again, the law of 3 and thorough preparation are both powerful tools to boost your productivity and effectiveness. So again, by focusing on your most impactful task, you can overcome procrastination and achieve your goals with confidence. So yun lang.
Thank you, sweet. Thank you so much. Ay, nakakatuwa yung topic ngayon. Kasi parang, in a way, I think, lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang version of how we prepare. How we prepare ourselves, how we psych up ourselves. Meron akong kakilala na hindi siya makakapag-start talaga ng working day niya nang hindi siya nagkakape. And that's her. So, okay lang. Pero kapag naman nakapagkape na siya, ay, girl, para siya computer, ready to rumble. Ganon. So, talagang iba-iba. Iba-iba tayo ng process and ng way on how to psych ourselves up for work. Pero nonetheless, if it works for you, and then I'm happy for you. parang yung lang yan, sa calendar time blocking. Not everyone has the same way of understanding yung calendar time blocks. Kasi pag nakita niyo yung calendar time block ko, napaka luwag lang versus sa calendar time block ni Earl, ni Jimmy. Grabe, detailed. Shout out sa mga calendars ng mga taong to. na pati yung pag-workout, yung mga light tasks, yung mga break, grabe, sobrang detailed. And that works for them. Pero sa akin, it doesn't work for me. So, kanya-kanya
Same.
talaga style yan. O, diba?
Hindi ko yung kaya kasi parang feeling ko pa nakita ko naka-time block lahat. Di ba parang nung nag-try tayo way before, talagang time block lahat, bawat isa, pati yung dinner, pati yung lunch. Girl, napapressure ako. Ako na lang nagta-time block. Ako pa yung napapressure sa sarili ko. Oh my God,
Pressure mo yung sarili mo.
So ako, hindi nga siya nag-work sa akin. So parang ako,
Oo
nga, no.
Ayun nga, parang kanya-kanya tayong interpretation ng calendar time block. So, kanya-kanya din tayong interpretation ng productivity natin, ng definition ng productivity natin. So, regardless naman, as long as you're getting things done, kahit parang saliwa yung process mo sa process ng lahat, if you're getting things done, then you're still productive. So, nakakatuwa naman. It's nice to see na may kanya-kanya tayong style. Pero grabe talaga, bilib lang ako sa mga kalendaryo ng iba. Ang was ko, wow, grabe. Pag minsan naghahanap ako ng schedule to book a call with you guys, grabe naman talagang kabisi ng mga tao. Parang mga artista yung binubook ko ng call. Ganon. Pero it's nice. It's nice to see na may kanya-kanya tayong process. May kanya-kanya tayong way of doing things in our own little way. Ayun. Anyway, thank you, Sweet, sa time mo. And thank you for preparing for this chapter. Bye-bye po. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Next week!